Hear me and hear me very well. I have never said this before, but I will say it now. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu might just be the last president that will preside over this country. And everybody will go their way. Oh yes, because right now, we are seeing the handwriting on the wall. Oboda Diego, these people are just busy quoting money. And this money they are quoting, it is not rubbing off on the standard of living of the Nigerian people. It is not. It is not. I don't need to start enumerating things that shows that it is not rubbing off on the livelihood of the Nigerian people. We all know that the common one is hunger. The economy has gone south. Now, they have proposed a budget for next year, 2025. A goal in there, 47.9 trillion naira. And they have their projections that they worked with to arrive at this 47.9 trillion naira. I will allow you to watch the video so that when we come back, let us have a discussion. Remember, I am repeating it again. Wokema might just be the last president of Nigeria, and everybody will go their way. Oh yes, let me talk with my futures. Ngwamekuna see their budget proposal and the projections that they use to arrive at this budget amount of 47.9 trillion naira. Watch this video.
The Federal Executive Council reconvenes on Thursday, a week after its meeting was postponed to honor the passing of the Chief of Army Staff. This meeting also follows President Bola Tinubu's return from an overseas trip. At the session, the federal government unveiled a proposal of 47.9 trillion naira budget for the 2025 fiscal year. Minister of Budget and Economic Planning emphasizes that despite the difficult global economic environment, Nigeria's economy has shown positive growth in 2024. He also shares details of the approved medium-term expenditure framework for 2025 to 2027.
Achieving a positive growth rate in 2 quarters continuously, significantly, with the growth rate of 3.19% in real terms in the second quarter of 2024. However, it acknowledged that the government will continue to tackle inflation, strengthen economic resilience, support the vulnerable, and rebuild fiscal buffers. It includes projections, especially for the first time, provisions for contribution to the development commissions that have been passed by the National Assembly or are in the process of being passed by the National Assembly.
Speaking on the key parameters, the 2025 budget targets a conservative oil price benchmark of $75 per barrel with an estimated oil production of 2.06 million barrels per day.
An oil price benchmark of $75 a barrel for 2025, oil production of 2.06 million barrels a day, as well as an exchange rate of 1,400 naira to a dollar and GDP growth of 4.6%. And this includes a borrowing of 13.8 trillion, which is 3.87% of the estimated GDP.
The framework also projects a GDP growth rate of 4.6% for 2025. Alongside a commitment to fiscal reforms, Minister Bagudu says government will continue efforts to sustain the deregulation of petroleum prices and reduce production costs within the sector. Bagudu is also confident that the January to December budget cycle will be maintained.
Have you seen it? Yes. What are the projections? What are the indices they are looking at? Oh yes. Sales of oil, crude oil, the price. They say they are looking at $75 per barrel. They are looking at oil production per day. They are looking at 2.06 million barrels of crude oil per day. They are also looking at Naira dollar exchange rate to be at 1,400 for the exchange rate. And they are also looking at, what do they call the other one? The one where they say at 4.6%. Our GDP growth. So they are looking at GDP growth of 4.6%. These are the indices. And then they arrived at what? 47.9 trillion naira. And then they made bold. They were bold enough to tell Nigerians that inside this 47.9 trillion naira, they will be borrowing 13.8 trillion naira, which is 3.8% of the total budget. Did it sink? Did you hear me very well? Borrowing 13.8 trillion naira, 3.8% of the total budget they are proposing, which is 47.9 trillion naira. Why are they borrowing? No, let's ask this question. Why are they borrowing? If a particular agency of the government, just one, came out publicly and told everybody that they have been able to meet their target for the year, in fact, they have even overmet the target by 10%, that they have recorded 5 trillion naira in revenue collection. I'm talking about the Nigerian Customs Service. Oh yes, their Director General came out and he said it on national TV. So we have recorded 5 trillion naira revenue collection. That is just one agency of the government. How about the other ones? NNPC? Name them. How about those ones? Solid minerals, the one we're getting for solid minerals. When Adele Alake be the Minister of Solid Minerals, the revenue that is coming from there. How about that one? And then other taxations that they are doing. If they put them together, know what they are doing. Do we still need to borrow 13.8 trillion naira to finance our budget for next year? Look at the money. Now, when you start looking into those budgets now, you will see a repetition of the things that they said in 2024 budget inside 2025 budget. So what happened to the money? Already apportioned for those projects that they want to do in 2025 that was captured in 2024. What happened to the money? They have swallowed it. How much was our budget for last year? Can anybody remember? I know saying that it entered trillion, whether at 13 I don't know. But this one is 47.9 trillion naira for 2025. And last, it will not rub off on the livelihood, on the standard of living of the Nigerian people. KVG, what do they do with this money? Look at money. And you just put a lesson on paper. And people are still suffering. Next year, the suffering next year will be bigger than the suffering this year. And they are still telling us, hey, don't worry, take this baby steps of pay with us. There is light at the end of the tunnel. We will soon get to the zenith of this country. Walk with me. And take you to the promised land. How? When we are not even seeing anything that should give us hope. My people say that, how does it mean? You go from how the mess they smell. Now from there you go know how the real shit go smell. Yes. What are we looking at now that we can hold hands and say this country is working? Tinubu is taking us through the right direction. What is that one thing? And I'm saying it again. This man might just be the last president that will preside over this country. Before this country go break, everybody will go their way. I listen this. Federal Republic of Defenders of Tinubu, come and defend him. His government. Come and tell us what they want to use 47.9 trillion naira to do and how it will better the lives of the Nigerian people. Because next year, I get and nothing will happen. I'll go see you later.
For over a decade, this has been the birthplace of innovation. Innocent Vehicles is a testament to resilience, employing international best practices to create more than just a car. Every vehicle here tells a story of durability, fuel economy and safety. Crafted with the African spirit, the Nigerian heart. These vehicles surrounding me embody the unique concept of regionalization, each one designed to cater to the tastes and preferences of our people. From the streets in Nigeria to the terrains of the Sahara, these vehicles are designed for our roads, for our people. This is more than a vehicle. It's a symbol of our progress, our resilience, our collective success story. Your feedback drives us to continuously innovate and improve. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.